Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So first of all, before I play this, I recognize this young lady. This one has always got something goofy to say. This is the same woman. I never did a video on it, but this is the same one that got online and talking about how she basically ended a good relationship for no reason. Talking about, oh, he's just with my husband. Girl, now she's got some stuff to say about marriage. The first thing is, how you hating from outside the club? But anyway, let's listen to this foolishness, because you know what? I'll save my commentary. Here we go.
I was younger, and I used to see people in my family, or just people in general, have these 20, 30, 40-year marriages, right? When I was younger, I used to be like, wow, I want something like that. Like, I want to be so in love with somebody that I'm with them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and we die together. I used to think that what held marriages together for that long was true love. And of course, communication, understanding, sacrifice, all those things. Let me tell y'all what really holds marriages together. Women just putting up with shit. That's all it is. When you understand that all it takes to keep a man is for you to constantly be forgiving and constantly be like, oh, okay, I don't want to lose him, so I'm gonna forgive this, I'm gonna forgive that. That's all a long marriage is. When I was younger, and I used to see people.
Again, how we hating from outside the club? You ain't never been married one time, but how you know what it takes to stay married? You can't keep a man, but yet you know how to keep a man. I mean, make that make sense. Speaking from somebody that has actually been in a long marriage, there are a lot of sacrifices. There are a lot of concessions that you make. There are a lot of things that you do because this is the person that you chose and they chose you. And y'all said y'all was going to do life together until one of you passes away. And there are ups and there are downs, because just because you married to somebody, no one ever said that all of your problems go away. You never have a problem. You never have an issue. Your life is always going to be rosy and peachy keen. You're never going to have a bad time. You're never going to look at that person and be angry with them or be disappointed in them or be sad because of something that they did or have to forgive them for something that they said, or that nobody, I don't know where they're getting these promises. I don't know where anybody's getting any of that stuff from, right? Because nobody promised that marriage was going to be this blissful, happy, wonderful, sweep me off my feet every day. But it also is not this miserable pit where you've just got to suffer with somebody for just to say that you suffered with them, just to say that you was married to them. There's married, and then there's being successfully married. I don't even say happily married, but successfully married. To be married, people who aren't married and who have never been married do not understand the concept. And so you've got to take everything that they say, especially folks like this that don't know what they're talking about. You got to take it all with a grain of salt, or don't take it at all, because she doesn't know. She's talking about, well, women just got to be putting up with stuff, but men put up with women's BS all the time. This is said, what she's talking about is said from the perspective that all the time women are the angels and all the time men are the demons, and the women are just putting up with abuses. This is how that Mr. stuff, that color purple stuff narrative is getting spread, that every long marriage was Sealy and Mr. That's where they really getting it. That's where they're getting it. Because just because a woman that has been in her marriage for 20, 30, 40 years can say, no, it hasn't always been wonderful. Oh, well, you were just putting up with a bunch of stuff. Y'all put up with a bunch of stuff with dudes that would not dare give you their last name. Y'all get cheated on anyway. Let y'all tell it. The men cheat anyway. You getting babies put in you, and he won't talk to you no more. Y'all getting not being text back and called back. Y'all getting ghosted after 6 months. Like, your life is better. We supposed to take what you're doing is better, letting guys run through you because you getting antsy and angry that you've been in a situationship for X amount of time. He won't take you seriously. He won't, stop putting you on the roster. He only text back or call back when he get ready. He won't give you more than you then he won't give you what you're looking for. He won't give you more. He won't give you the relationship. He only give you a part of him. He only give you a piece of him. You might can get a little bit more out of this one than you do out of that one, but ultimately these men are hit and miss. These men come around, maybe they don't, maybe they do. It's not real consistent. Or worse yet, the ones that y'all stay with for years playing house with that never do marry you. And then y'all get mad at that guy. Talking about he wasted your time. He never marries you. He put kids in you. He got you doing all kind of stuff. What he say, y'all are doing all of that stuff, and he didn't even bother to put your name nowhere next to his. He didn't even bother. You been with him 5 years and ain't met his mama, like that kind of foolishness. And then you want to try to tell a married woman what she's doing is goofy just to stay in a marriage. And you giving how much of yourself just to be passed up by every dude? How much of yourself you give up just for a dude to not talk to you no more? Just for y'all was kicking it and he was kicking it with you cool long until you asked him for something. Everything was good until you asked him for something, because in your mind you've been giving him the cookies for 8 months now, and so he shouldn't mind getting your nails done now. He shouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying, paying, giving you something. And as soon as you asked, as soon as you had a need, or as soon as you wanted something from him other than the deed that he was willing to give you, you got ghosted. Now you feel away, because every woman knows that unless you're just like extra slutty, sex is not an even exchange in the mind of a woman. In women's minds, all of us, sex is not an even exchange. We have to get something for sex. And that comes from women gatekeeping it. If you're the gatekeeper, then there's something that has to be done in order to get in here. And it should be that way. Y'all done turned it into prostitution. But the original toll was marriage. Don't nobody want to have that discussion. The original toll was marriage for not only the sex, but everything that come with the woman. Everything that comes with being a helpmeet. The original price for that was sex. Was marriage. That was the original cost. Women was the ones that decided that y'all didn't need marriage anymore in order to give men all of this other stuff. Now you want to sit here and complain and talk about how men benefit from you without, like giving you nothing. You the one that dropped the requirement. You dropped the requirement. Men didn't make you drop the requirement. Women wanted to have sexual liberation. Remember that movement? Do you remember that? You remember what your foremothers did? Didn't want to be, oh, you got to be married. Didn't want to be restricted, remember? And so now you dropped the cost. You dropped the requirement for access to you. Now you mad. Now you want to cast shade to the married women, the women who said, no, the cost of access to me still is marriage. The cost of access to me, you want full access, you want full submission, you want full helpmate, you want full support, you want me to bow my head when you come through here. The price for that is marriage. You're gonna have to marry me to get that. Stop getting mad at the women that's still worthy for that. A hyena mad at lionesses. Imagine that. Imagine hating on Pride Rock from the boneyard. Ain't that something? Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.